it's not one of those pleasant to say, because the occasion demands it. But I have had association with brethren from Nigeria for a very long time. And I was a law student, even before. The first Chief Justice, African Chief Justice of Uganda was from Nigeria, Saudo Odomo. The first African on the bench, African Chief Justice for Uganda. The leadership at the time when the British were leaving wanted an African to come and lead the court. And I know Nigeria has a long history of the legal profession. The other Nigerian I know well is your foreign minister. I hope he's still there. Geoffrey Onyema.
He's still there.
Geoffrey was a desk officer in an organization in Geneva which looks after intellectual property. But Geoffrey's father was also a judge of the International Court of Justice. And he's been a great friend of Uganda. When he was still working in the organization that looks after intellectual property in Geneva. And those are just a few. My roommate at my graduate school in Nova Scotia, in Canada, was a young man from Nigeria, whose father during the war, the civil war, the regrettable civil war, was the chief of police, Chief Okeke.
Wow.
So Nigeria is in my heart because I know
Let's
that
celebrate.
the greatest Africans I know, they don't fear Bazungus. Bazungus are the white people. Talk to them Afra. And of course, the one who is in office now, whom I know is Professor Bangari, advisor to the president. So, I'm at home in your presence.
Amen.
At home.
Hallelujah.
But I want to tell you that I was a rogue most of my life. I didn't know the Lord. I encountered Jesus in 1991 in Watoto Church downtown. But even then, it did not change my ways immediately. I remained a bit of a rogue. The woman I was married to at the time was a gift from God. She was younger than me, but she was born again. She's the one. But I think the Lord found me not worthy of her. So he took her away. But showed me the faithfulness of God. He found another daughter of his who should have been here with us. Who is not only a strong daughter of the Lord, but she is a very profound scholar of the Bible. At our home, we've been married now 13 years. There is an altar which meets every first Saturday of the month. And that's why I will have to go. Because she has been summoned for a meeting with the Prime Minister, so she won't be home. And I have to go and host the altar. It starts about 3 p.m. So briefly, let me share with you snippets of how the Lord has stood with this world and transformed him in many ways. My first job in government was in the Foreign Service. 1973, so when I joined, I'm now 74.
Wow.
So I served there, and there was an interruption. The regime of Idi Amin came into office and disorganized us. I went into exile. That's how I met Tony Okeke, Nova Scotia. But we came back in 1980. The chaos did not end. The country, these people know what a terrible time we had here. And in that mess, I was asked to be one of the 3 secretaries of the head of state at the time, Milton Obote. Some of you have heard of him, he's pastor now. Now that regime is where my rock character thrived. And I think that's why the Lord took away that young lady. This road you see now is a dream. Even I feel like I'm in a different country when I use it. But this is not only here. The roads throughout the country have been done. And this woman, I could talk a lot about her because her sister's son is married to my nephew, my niece, Mr. Alex. So I know her as a family. But there was total, no word can describe it well, but there was a society of alcohol and promiscuity, 1980 to 86. And one of my jobs was, I was called a protocol officer in the State House. So I was in charge of buying alcohol for, I guess, people like General Mobutu. When they were coming, you had to order the alcohol from Paris because he would not touch anything not French. It was dinner table. So that's the life. Now, President Museveni now came into office in 86. One of the first things he did was to send the young soldiers who came with him to go into the cellar of State House and take out all the alcohol that they could find there and do what they wanted with it. And at the time, that broke my heart. I had occasion to tell him, Your Excellency, you destroyed something which is so precious. As opposed to these African brethren of yours, you will find you needed the cellar. And you just say, you go away. So, life continued. It's a time when just before President Museveni came into office, there had been another change in government. Another group of soldiers had kicked our government out. But somehow, they kept me in because none of them could properly read or write. The soldiers who took over in 85. It was a shock like depression. During that time, one of the soldiers threw a hand grenade at me where I was sitting with my friends in the open marketplace. That's how she started to speak about me. But shortly thereafter, when Mr. Museveni came into office, he organized very good treatment for me in a hospital in Germany. But I still remained the way I was until I encountered Jesus. So my pillar in the scripture is Joseph. I have not succeeded in doing what Joseph has done, but I've given it a good shot. Even before I became a judge, as PS in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a lawyer who was my classmate in law school went to London and visited the home of the High Commission and found it a complete mess. It's in a place called Hampstead. where the high and mighty live. So this lawyer came back and told me, I have a deal for you. Where the High Commissioner lives, the neighbors are complaining bitterly that your property has brought down their property values. So they are willing to buy a new home in an area befitting a Ugandan ambassador outside this area. And on top of that, those of you who will facilitate this process, there's £3 million to be shared among you. The lawyer even came with a photograph of the house they plan to give us. And he was very excited. This costs you nothing. It gives Uganda a very good home, and there's some extra money left which you can use to renovate the homes in Brussels which are in bad shape, pay off some of the rental in all of Europe. Uganda will be debt free, and you will be the hero. But there will be something for you in this. So, in short, I declined the offer. But somebody had already informed the head of state, and you know, Ochan has sold your house in London. The president was so angry, he ordered my immediate removal from office. So I was removed from office. For 1 year, I stayed home. And they investigated. I don't think they found any money anywhere, even in the local banks here in my name, not much anyway. So almost a year later, he called me and said, I've done my inquiry, you did nothing wrong, you come back to office. But that is probably because the influence and the prayer of the group that the lady had, she was still alive, is what protected me. Both from the attempted assassination and from making the president be patient. Because Parliament was up in arms, that man must be arrested immediately. I was on the newspaper every single day. My kids were embarrassed, they were young, but they could ask me, what's happened? And you can't understand, you can't explain. They can't understand. My mom was still alive. She had this come to home where he lives. She started saying, have you become a thief? We didn't teach you that.